Well, I suppose this is it. Okay. Let's go over this thing that we have to go over here. Hold on. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. A beautiful, beautiful disclaimer. Anyway, so we got a couple of things going on recently, and I don't know which one to lead with because there's a lot of stuff that's been happening over the course of just the last 2 days. You had the Twitter hacks, you had, Nick Cannon going off on the Illuminati. Am I allowed to say that? That's going to be your new YouTube no word, along with the beer bug. The, what do we call it now? Lopter. Nano Reaper. What do we call the secretive organization that controls everything from the shadows and has unlimited amounts of money within the United States and power across all areas of influence? I don't know what to call them. But we're going to get some tinfoil hats on this morning. We're not going to go to the Nick Cannon level of tinfoil hat, but we're going to dive into some of the stuff that he talked about, and it is a mental gymnastics exercise, I assure you, and no acrobat in their right mind would go through that kind of stuff. Panopticist organization, the deep state. uh, deep web, deep think, the deep mind. Uh, the true kingpin. I don't know. It's just like you talk about the guys that Supreme. You know what? Freaking, we got to talk about this. All right, hold on. Hey, Drew, I'm bringing you on because you got a bigger tinfoil hat than me. Let me bring you in because this is something I believe is worth talking about, and how do I invite that guy, invite him, paste, done. Oh yes. But yeah, we got to talk about that deep state stuff because it is a mind-boggling mess what Nick Cannon has gotten himself into, and I'll share a little bit of what we've got on the subject of Mr. Cannon. So this was, where are we? So this was yesterday. We got our boy Nick Cannon, who was fired, effectively fired from Viacom CBS for perpetuating anti Semitism. And this was written by our good friend Jorge Arenas, the Armored Otter. And well, we'll just get into it. Actor and YouTube host Nick Cannon responded to Viacom CBS after the company fired him for perpetuating anti Semitism on an episode of Nick Cannon's Cannon Class with Professor Griff, formerly of the rap group Public Enemy. Cannon and Griff discussed the true children of Israel and the deleted video. However, YouTube removed Nick Cannon's original upload above. You can watch the other version here. And here's the thing. During the conversation about Public Enemy, Cannon details that in the past, hip-hop was not about money because the people with the money had it on lock. And he would go on to describe the practice of slavery. All right, so I watched the whole 1 hour and 30 minutes thing, and we're not going to watch the 1 hour or 30 minutes of this guy talking. It is mind-numbing. It gets progressively worse as the conversation keeps going. They go one level, and then they go that next level, and then they go that next level. Then they say, okay, I'm not going to say this, but I'm going to say this. You know what? Fuck it. We're going to say this. You know what? Fuck it. We're going to say this now. And it's just getting deeper and deeper. It's like something you would... While you doing the toke, you would talk about this shit like, okay, fabulous. Let's talk about the deep state.
No, I could take it deep, honey.
Stick it true.
See, oh man, see, why did you ring the bell for that? My God, there we go.
All right. Hopefully my computer won't overheat like last night, but we got to talk about this. I am not a tinfoil hat person, but I know what he's talking about. And now that I've watched the video...
Did you want that spaghetti today?
Yes.
So do I.
Spaghetti is good any day. God love Mama Taylor. So what do you want to know about the deep state? Absolutely,
dude,
100% real. That's what it is.
Okay, so did you watch this interview?
Yeah, pretty much what I got out of it is I don't like white people. That I don't like Jewish people. Let's see. I'm a flat out black supremacist because that's exactly what it's pushing. It's pretty easy to pick out the context. I mean, my goodness, there's some like blatant shit right there.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, when he talks about when I first watched it, he's talking about there's the Jewish, the heritage, and then there's this group within the Jewish heritage. And they just go all over the place. It's literally like they were smoking a bowl and they just started talking, and it just got progressively worse with the racism. It's like something I would talk about, after I dropped a few, but I would leave out the racism.
Well, all right. If you want to really get into like some of the stuff like that part of it, I mean, if you look at most of the people that are considered to be part of deep state, Illuminati, New World Order, whatever you want to call it, you get into like who controls the central banks, the Rothschilds, who controls a lot of industry, Rockefellers. You go into stuff like that. When you talk about a lot of the militant groups are funded by George Soros. So yes, we know. I mean, it's just like with any I think ethnicity. You've got the good and the bad. I mean, there's shitty Asian people. You know, there's shitty black people. There's shitty Hispanic people. There's shitty Jews, and there are. But you can't generalize and lump together. And he was still like, I mean, you can't get any way around it. He threw out some big generalizations. It came off sounding like, in general, I think most Jews are this, instead of like targeting the small percentage that are actually, the ones that are, bankrolling a lot of the globalist type ideals, and that's where kind of the common sense stopped, and the rest was just pretty much racist rhetoric. And,
Yeah,
and
writing the checks for the check writers.
yeah, and like I said, I could get on board with that explanation of it, because that most definitely is happening.
Yeah.
The as far as there being a certain group of them that are bankrolling this globalist type of thing. If you connect all the dots, yeah, there just happens to be a lot of Jewish people in control of the money. If you look at people that sit on the board of the United Nations, stuff like that, if you pay attention to Agenda 21, Agenda 2030, a lot of people say that the UN is really like globalist central, which I've seen a lot to actually kind of support that argument, as far as what I've looked into research wise. I mean, yeah, it's an argument you can make, but I mean, you can't go over the top and just say, basically Jewish people are all bad, and that's kind of what he did. He generalized way too much, but there's definitely that going on there. But there's a lot of bad people that comprise the deep state. It's not just happens to be Jewish people. Sure, there's a pretty fair amount of them sprinkled throughout the deep state, but it's not just Jewish people. There's a lot of just bad people. Period.
Oh yeah, we're talking about world leaders of all kinds
Sure.
who are in on the game, who are controlling the finances and controlling the telling them what they can say, what they have to do in order to get the trades going. And you know, I as I've grown older, I understand that there's a little more game playing behind the scenes.
Don, you
And
live in a communist state. You live in a communist state. I'm not trying to say California is terrible, but right now, yeah, it is terrible. It's being run into the ground. You have a shitty governor. The governor is all in on the radical agenda. Yeah, he's a douchebag of the highest order, and your state is getting run into the ground as a result.
yeah,
People don't have any 2A rights in California. They have nothing. They want the people. They want the people poor. They want the people subservient. They want them dependent on government. They want them suppressed. And unfortunately, your governor is all for that kind of stuff, and it sucks, because I know that you enjoy being a Californian. You enjoy the area and the beauty around you and things like that. But I know, boy, I know it's got to be conflict every day to wake up and be in the midst of the shithole around you.
it's more like uh, I hate to get into this, but like this state to live in is quite the pretty penny. And if you
Yeah,
don't have the pretty penny, if you got people who live here have got to have 2, 3 jobs and a side gig, and they got to do some OnlyFans on the side just to
uh,
get rent
yeah.
paid.
Well, the
And
thing
it
is,
is, yeah,
Well, the thing is, dude, is I mean, California, unfortunately, illustrates the class sort of warfare and the class problem that this new Democratic Party and this sort of platform and agenda that they push wants to create. They want to create poverty and they want to create um, deep class separations. And, that's why in California, years ago, it used to be, somebody that was middle class, upper middle class could go there and make a go of it. No problem. Now, it's unfortunately, unless you're on the richer side, forget it. You're going to be walking the streets of like one of the suburbs or one of the smaller cities because you ain't going to be like living anywhere close to LA or anything. I mean, you'll be homeless trying to live in LA. I
I
mean,
don't know if I'm
no.
allowed to talk about this. Okay, I was supposed to have an interview with somebody. Yeah, well, a little bit. I'll keep it coded. You know about this, Drew.
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to interview with somebody, and all of a sudden, ghosted. And this person still has a significant amount of, presence in that Hollywood slash creative community.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they probably found out who we were and what we do for a living, and no, never mind. We're not going to do that. Completely ghosted.
Yeah, God
And
forbid you're a free thinker, and you look white. It doesn't matter that you're half Asian. They don't care.
they don't care. But no, it was my whiteness. It was about what we at Bounding into Comics talk about, what we
Mm-hmm.
represent to the community.
Yep.
And that is too negative for in the in the upper echelons of societal, PC culture.
Oh, it is, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
listen, they hate us. They hate us. I mean,
No, yeah, they do.
dude, if you look, and I'll tell you this, chat. Pay attention when you see one of us tweet when we tweet out one of our stories, and you look at the replies that we get. I mean, you can see the clear, just absolute seething hate from some people because they're instantly triggered because there are people out there that dare to that are writers that dare to not write according to the narrative. We don't exist in an echo chamber or anything like that. We call shit as we see it, and
Mm.
they cannot stand that because we are not following. We're not the good followers, and that's what they hate about us.
Yeah. I mean, oh gosh. I'll probably step on a bunch of worms here, but open a can of worms. But yeah, it's not even, you know, John has his political opinions and his, his inclinations. I have my political opinions and inclinations. Like the other day, Terry Crews said defund Pornhub. John and I had very different opinions about what to do with the hub.
I
Uh,
mean, listen.
but
When it comes to something like that, look. I consider myself like probably center right leaning, and yes, just like John, I'm Catholic.
mm,
I'm kind of more like I guess like I'm not really as pious a Catholic as some people, but you know um, I'm a dirty Catholic boy. I admit it. I always have been. But I mean that's me. I just I will never not be a horn dog. That's just me.
Right.
But
That's. I was thinking about. That, like putting together a perverts panel. It'd be. It would be consistent of like you and then Shellback and then freaking. Just the outspoken. But that's beside the point. But what I wanted to get to in that is we at Bounding are more than just grouped together as, right wing, alt left, alt right, all that kind of stuff. We all have differing degrees of where we are on that spectrum.
But Don,
But
you could be
we
listen. You could be like classically liberal man, and you're considered all right. It doesn't matter. That's the way they look at it.
yeah. But the what I wanted to get to is that we have a discourse within our group of we understand that there are things going on and
Mm-hmm.
we don't like it. We understand what our media was and we are understanding what our media is becoming.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to expose that. We want to talk about that. We want to make sure that Hollywood knows that we're not putting our wallets to whatever they're trying to push in their agenda. Which brings me to that point for Nick Cannon. They canceled him. They
Yeah, they
canceled him.
finally
Uh,
score one for
it,
us, but still.
kinda? Because at CBS, they canceled him because of anti-Semitic remarks. But when I the interview, it's kind of he's kind of like in between of blaming that core group of that upper echelon versus all Jews. And part of my part of my tinfoil hat thinking is CBS canceled him because he was calling out an upper echelon of their group that's bankrolling him.
No, probably. Yeah, that could be listen. Honestly, you might be onto something there, Don. Because listen, there's a lot of people. I mean, that if you look at that, say appalling shit on Twitter and in podcasts like the shit that we watched with Nick Cannon. There's all these people that go on and on about really just unsavory stuff. They don't ever get canceled for it because they're the raging liberal mob. They're pious above everybody. They can say what they want. But
Yeah.
but see, I think you're onto something there, and that probably has a lot to do with it because he certainly wasn't canceled for his anti-white comments. Now, was he? No.
Oh no,
Yeah,
no, hell no.
and that's what I'm saying. That's the fucking double standard. Sure. So in a way, it's maybe score a tiny victory for us, but really and truly, I think you're more along the right track. Probably because like one of his bosses said, "Oh, that hits too close to home for me. Get this guy out of here." It's it's shitty, man. And there's like absolute Hollywood is just a shit show in itself, man.
Oh yeah.
I'm so sick of these celebrities, and that's why I love what we do because I mean, just all this stuff. And we were talking about it last night on Bounding Live. We need to gatekeep again and just tell these SJW assholes, hey, you're out of here. We're taking back the fandom. Go cry more. All right. I mean, I'm done. I'm done with them fuckers.
I think because they have all our franchises. They have all the things.
Oh yeah,
that
I
we
know
love
they
as
do.
kids. And it sucks. So I'm thinking, we need to be pioneers in another media. We need to be moving it forward with something else, like what Alterna is doing.
Mm-hmm.
The very name Alterna is trying to promote something alternative to what we've always gotten. I know Ethan Van Sciver, he's been wrecking it with the Indiegogo campaigns for his book, for his Cyber Frog.
Yeah.
You know, and then Sean Gordon Murphy going on freaking Indiegogo as well.
Well,
And it's
listen.
just a shift. We
Well,
need to
yeah,
shift.
but there has to be. I mean, it has to be across like entertainment and culture. Period. You know,
Yeah.
stuff has to shift, and it's still going to be a while. And listen too, we have to have more of a forceful approach because I posted something. Oh God, I posted a tweet a while back. Like I think it might have been a few weeks ago. And I put it, and I quoted that clip from First Contact where Picard's talking about the Borg. And, they assimilate thousands of systems and we fall back. They take entire planets and we fall back, and so on and so forth. The line must be drawn here. And and in that, he is absolutely correct because you can bring it full circle to this. And yet, we got to draw the line somewhere and we got to go on offense and we need to, knock these assholes the hell out because they're just ruining everything, and there's not going to be anything left, for our kids where any semblance of continuing franchise that's passed down through the generations and makes any sense. There's not going to be anything left for our kids or anything like that, and you have to. And we have to go on offense. And sure, like you said, it's going to involve creating some new things, but it's also, we have to take the power back,
Mm.
and
Yeah, because
that's going to come through a combination of just grassroots organization. We can combat it on our end through continuing to write about it, expose it, and it's going to take people like our readers, our listeners, people like that to do coordinated email campaigns. It's going to involve work by everybody. I mean, but we got to do this. Just sitting around throwing a tweet out every day bitching about it ain't going to change it. I mean,
yeah,
we gotta affect change somehow. And if start sending emails and banging on a company's door with that and things like that, that they will pay attention because after a while, when they're not making money, they're going to realize, okay, it's these fans that were giving us money in the first place. And eventually that realization is going to come around, but it is going to take a while. Unfortunately, I thought we were turning a corner, and then after George Floyd happened, it took away all the fucking progress.
oh yeah, dude, we had Sonic. AT&T was coming out with the Snyder Cut. The Snyder Cut fans were celebrating. I mean, there was some stuff coming out from John Favreau saying we need to listen to the fans. You know,
Yeah, listen.
yeah.
I'm fearless when it comes to SJWs. Like, it's funny. I was just coming back from a Twitter ban like 4 days ago. They banned me for some tweet I had like a few weeks back because I told some SJW that I hoped that they slipped on a banana peel and broke their neck. It's just that I got suspended, I guess, for veiled threats or some bullshit. And it's like that's the fourth time I've been suspended, uh, counting shadow bans and shit like that. And it's just, I'm fearless. I don't care. I mean, I got no problem tweeting out something that I feel is based in fact. Like, for example, like the tweet I put out there about, where I said Black Lives Matter is a scam. They absolutely are. 100%. And I will continue to do that. I have no fear when it comes to these fuckers. Let them try to dox me. I don't care. Let them try to come to my house. I don't care. Guess what? They'll be they'll be catching one center mass. I mean, I don't. I have zero F's given. I am like on the front line in this culture war.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm a referee between two sides that are just constantly gonna go at it. Especially when it comes to the things that we once loved, that we once held dear.
You damn right, man. I'm
Yeah, I mean,
passionate about that. Fuck that.
yeah, as am I. But I try to bring two sides. I hope to bring two sides together to come to an understanding.
That
But
ain't gonna happen.
it's not happening.
No, it's not gonna
It's not
happen.
happening. And more often than not, I'm siding with folks who are in the fandom menace, folks who are comics gate.
Yeah,
You
because
know, and
listen, a lot of us are common sense thinkers. And we're also free thinkers.
mm,
Problem is the radical like leftist SJWs, all the people that follow that mantra, that are so like pro communism and pro globalism and everything else. Man, they do, listen. They hate you. Okay, they hate you. If you think freely, you don't buy what they're selling, you don't follow their narrative, they hate you. They don't want to understand why you don't follow the narrative. They don't want to talk to you and debate with you, because the first thing out of their mouth, they don't have the knowledge to debate with you. They will just say you're an istophobe, whatever flavor of insult they want to throw at you, that marks you as a bigot. And listen, if that's how it's going to be, the gloves are off. I'm not going to be understanding to those people. I'm not going to want to meet those people in the middle. No, I'll smack you upside the head with the dose of reality.
mm.
I'm not gonna bother taking the time to try to debate with you when I know you're not gonna sit there and have a serious talk with me anyway. Screw that. I mean, good God.
Yeah, it's hard to. It's very hard nowadays to see who's actually genuine without.
Hmm.
Yeah, I. Which also brings us to the second thing I wanted to talk about. So yesterday, an amazing thing happened. And I'll share the screen
You
here.
got late.
No, 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 not that. An amazing
Well,
thing
hey man,
happened, and let me share
whenever
this one.
whenever I get late, I think it's amazing. Unless
Let's
she
see.
unless she acts like a dead fish.
All right, Drew. Can you see that? Can you see that
Oh yeah, yeah,
wonderful
yeah.
thing
That
there?
that's great. That's great. That was great. Yes. Yeah. Frack,
Oh,
frack him.
that dude. If there was anything more problematic than the fans
Yes.
that he said were problematic, it's that guy right there. I was watching this live stream about Friday Night Tights, and
Yeah.
Jeremy were getting into it, and Gary made a great point. If Rian Johnson had just said, "Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I tried to make the best movie, and I'm sorry you didn't like it. We'll try again next time," there'd be no fandom menace. There would not be this vocal part of the fandom saying, "Fuck you, Ryan Johnson. You fucked up everything. You done fucked it up," in the words of Angry Joe. But and Angry Joe is not identified with the fandom menace in any way, but he carries a lot of the sentiments that we all do, which is he done fucked it up. And he fucked it up and dug his heels in. And that's kind of like, you know, we've, I'm checking this out right here, this little tweet that he did while he was doing
Yeah.
the.
I'm kind of like multitasking. I'm looking at that, and
As
I'm
am I.
and I'm also like looking at a tweet. It might have an update soon on Doctor Disrespect. So stay tuned for that, guys, because I just saw a tweet come out of Doc's 25 minutes ago. He posted a new tweet.
Oh.
So
I know there's a lot of conspiracy theories about what's happening with Doctor Disrespect and like, um, maybe some contracts. He's doing some
well,
stuff.
yeah, yeah,
Anyway,
yeah. I that's like John and I were talking about it, and that's why I'm not gonna. John's like, don't write anything until we have actual facts, and I'm
yeah.
not going to.
I mean, I can engage in conspiracy theories and rumors and
Oh
all
yeah, I mean,
that,
I'll
but
talk about it on stream and stuff, but I'm not actually gonna put it to print until it's till I know something.
all
Till
your
I
ducks are in a row.
Yeah, when I get the scoop, you guys will get an article from me because I respect the fuck out of Doc. I love his character and his shit. It was hilarious. That was one of the Twitch streams when I would just go and watch Twitch every once in a while that I enjoyed.
You didn't go for the thoughts, really?
Oh no! I mean, I listen. I went for actual content. Like, I mean, the Twitch thoughts. God, they're just
Oh,
like,
Alinity.
yeah, they're just such train wrecks, dude. That's why, like, when I do them streams with Wes, when we like spin the wheel of Twitch thoughts, it's so funny because like these chicks are just so over the top, and they're just milking them simps. It's hilarious.
All right.
All right.
Let me. So, Rian Johnson, I don't know if you can see that. Don't feed the man baby, Shanna. Yes, absolutely. Agree that you should not kill off a villain without explaining their.
You know what's funny too?
Dude, this dude is. Yeah.
You know what's funny too? Like a lot of these black folks that are yelling and bitching about white people don't realize like just all they have to do is go back to there's a great clip from Malcolm X and he explains it that essentially it's the white liberals that screwed them over
Yeah.
and they tend to just for whatever reason avoid that. But it's like I mean, he was pointing out dead truth.
I mean,
Right
it's
there.
it's the case today as well.
Yeah,
The
it's
whatever
timeless.
whatever was happening with Black Lives Matter, white liberals came in and Antifa and just dudes that I'll admit I probably would have been one of those dudes in my 20s. Those are the guys that came in and started pulling down it, started tearing up shit, started inciting the riots. You see that video with Jack Possabeck?
Yeah. Dude, he's
That
got
was not.
balls of steel, man. I love
Well,
Jack.
he's former Navy, of course. But he that dude that was trying to stare him down freaking wasn't a black
No,
protester.
no, they're mostly white. These are agitators, though. These are agitators. Antifa is mostly white. They are paid and trained agitators. They are skilled essentially in sowing chaos. I wouldn't say skilled, but they are trained in inciting and sowing chaos. That's what they're there for. Um, the Black Lives Matter is there to be the front for the cause, and I put the word cause in air quotes. But yeah, I mean it's obviously to anybody you can see how it works. Nano Reaper's right. Antifa is mostly white with blue hair and bad body odor. Yep, exactly.
Oh, I should do that. Why? Boom.
The blue-haired whales. You know what? By the way, the thing that cracked me up. I saw that thing the other day. That tweet with all those like horrible looking naked women standing there and screaming,
Oh
having
my
a
gosh.
discussion, and
I saw that.
I'm sitting there like, oh my god, man, what is wrong with this? Like, first off, I like 75% of that mob of women, I would be like, oh god, please put your clothes back on. Like, what's worse is like the fucking grooming on these chicks. All right, like literally this entire group. I mean, good God, they had jungle bushes that looked like they got buckwheat in a headlock, right? And I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? How does a man even navigate that? No wonder they don't get a man. I mean, no dude that's sane wants to navigate that. You need a damn helmet with a friggin' headlight on it. Good
You'd be
God.
trapped in the you'd be trapped in the barbed wire down there.
Yeah. I mean, that's like trying to navigate like the Yucatan, man, and with the deep jungle. Shit. But my God, man, those women though. I mean, seriously, they had something wrong with their fucking heads. Like, how do you? I mean, I can't explain it. That's like the most. It's the absolute most like mentally disabled thing I think I've seen people do. Like, just stand around and fucking scream. Like, Jesus Christ. I mean, good God. But yeah, that tweet was so. Oh my God, it's crazy. I can't unsee that tweet.
I'm trying not to remember it, Drew, but thank you for reminding me that it exists still.
Banner Reaper, I love it.
And I'm like, people are supposed to pick a wife out of this bunch.
No, they
This
would never
is
take a husband. Those are guaranteed 100%. Those are all the man hating crowd.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
they were absolutely the man hating crowd. They would be like, you go near them, they would be like, oh my God, you're a male, get out of here, you don't belong in this space.
Now I'll push back on a little bit for Nano Reaper. They're so fat. Oh, I might as well highlight it. They are so fat the beer gut covers the face. I'll push back and say there's some soy diets in there that were just as
Yeah,
just as
there were some that
emaciated.
looked like stick figures, but it was funny because they were like stick figures with an afro between their legs.
Oh man. But okay, do we consider the Nick Cannon thing a win, or do we consider that a draw, or
I
do
would
we
say
consider that a loss?
I would say you can look at it one way as a tiny win, but honestly, I think it's just more of a draw. It doesn't really do anything because, again, he just flat out was racist, and if anything, it proves that. I mean, it proves that they just don't even. They're openly racist now. They don't even care. It's like one of the most racist friggin' things I've ever seen against white people.
Yeah,
I
because yeah,
mean,
Brie Larson. Brie Larson says, "Old white 40-year-old, this movie's not made for you."
yeah. Oh,
Okay, that's fine to say about white people, but I'll fire you if you call out any kind of Jews.
yeah.
Yeah,
Listen. I got no. I like. There's a lot of Jewish people I like. They're hardworking. They know how to. They know how to run businesses well. They know how to. You know, navigate the world. But there's a lot of them that are just that don't have good intentions and are a part of that global elite group that wants to take over. And I'm sorry, they're just those particular Jewish folks. Are the ones that advocate for even getting rid of anybody else that is Jewish that doesn't follow the agenda. I mean, they're very evil people. You know, they don't like anyone.
True, because there it is. Yeah. Oh wait,
Yeah,
not that one. That one. Draw, because he's a douche, but I am anti-cancel culture, so it is a draw. Yeah. Uh yeah, I wouldn't say it's so you got those Rothschilds, you got the Illuminati, you got I wouldn't say like I don't know about Zionist.
you got
Honestly
the people
I
that
don't.
yeah, the people that are in with elite money. They are just evil, tainted people.
Yeah,
Period.
they got money on another level, but I'm not going to. That's probably who's in charge of maybe the first world, but
Well,
we
they
got
own the
those second
media.
world. They
Yeah.
got those second world or third world countries who have the same thing going on. They may not be Jews, but they are definitely holding all the money in their banks, and it's a power struggle on another level that neither of us, if either of us saw it right in front of us happening,
Hmm.
uh, we would probably be taken out by a bunch of lasers.
Well, yeah.
That's
Listen, when all the shit hits the fan, and one way or another, a lot of this shit comes out because I still think that a lot of it too, a lot of the very wealthy globalists and people that are part of, I guess, the cabal, if you will, um, I think that a lot of it's going to come out in the Epstein Maxwell type of stuff, and that's gonna start to scratch the surface, and then people are gonna look deeper amongst the other connections because don't forget like human trafficking, pedophilia, anything highly illegal is not off limits. These people, especially the human trafficking and pedophilia, it's prevalent in Hollywood. It's prevalent amongst
politicians.
yeah, it's prevalent amongst all the entertainment industries, and it's well hidden. And
Yeah,
once a lot of the shit
I
comes
saw some
out,
stuff for Christy Teigen. Like
yeah, I mean,
there's
dude,
some stuff being
things
indicated
are
about
pretty
her.
fucking disgusting, bro. I'm like, what? Like, that's just the shit she was tweeting. I'm like, are you kidding me? I mean, Jesus Christ, man. And look, Tom Hanks. We can get into Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is creepy as fuck. No lies. That guy is not who you think he is. And I'm telling you, when a lot of this shit comes out, and I can tell you guys right now, like I know people like Bear that are really deep into the Q stuff. I don't get into the Q stuff, but I absolutely do believe that the pedophile network is strong throughout all the industries, especially Hollywood. I think it's mainly headquartered in Hollywood, and of course internationally as well. But one of the big headquarters is Hollywood, and yeah, the it's definitely going on. And I think once that comes out, and people start asking questions about the other connections and the extent and membership of this particular group of elites in the world, if it all comes out, man, it's going to shake the foundation of society. Absolutely. I mean, because it would be the biggest news in the fucking world.
Yeah, and then I
All
don't
right.
think we even talked about this. The
Well,
Twitter
hold that
hack.
thought. I got to go Jaloja.
Oh, Jaloja. So
Jaloja.
I'll try to hold this solo for a second. So we got to talk about this hack, this Twitter hack that didn't allow any blue check mark to post for a good hour yesterday, and um, ultimately, I believe that was the reason and Johnson decided not to be on the Twitter anymore. But let's go to that.
Nothing out there. There were two of them sitting there together.
Of course.
Where? This side, they're there, right next to that tree.
Anyway, so yeah. Too much leisure time. Yeah, I think that's a big problem with a lot of these guys who are just watching money roll in and they don't put their hands to the work that needs to be done. Yeah, just go to this Twitter hack here. So what we are talking about here is this article. And essentially, what it's showing is what happened yesterday. So it's showing these four figures here: Biden, Obama, Elon Musk, and who's that? I don't know that lady. Am I supposed to know her? Anyway. Oh, that's Kim Kardashian? Anyway. So, enormous Twitter hack leading to accounts of former U.S. president, possible future president, billionaire businessman. Yeah, I know. Yeah, one of the Kardashians. Cardassians, as I learned in DS9. Yeah, Joe Biden, Gates, Elon Musk, Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, Warren Buffett, and Musk. So, essentially, the most powerful, influential people, their Twitters got hacked with a little message. I don't know where you can find the image of it. Yeah, Twitter hack. I'm sure people got that. Yeah, so there you got a picture of Barack Obama's. I'm giving back to my community due to the COVID-19. All Bitcoin sent to the address below will be sent back doubled. If you send 1,000, I will send back 2,000. Only doing this for the next 30 minutes. It is madness. And it brings up the discussion of influence. What celebrities are doing, what all these people with blue check marks are able to coax out of their followers. And frankly, that's kind of scary. I cannot imagine myself having that amount of influence, that amount of power, that amount of social wherewithal to be able to go on and say 1, 2, 3 or word. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 words and have people just falling over backwards in order to get 1, 2, or 3 done. That level of influence, that level of power, I can't fathom. And now a lot of these news agencies and, even us down here at the level of we kind of taking the red pill. Your day is so much better. You live. Yeah. But a lot of those agencies, and us included, we're rethinking what it means when these people, these influencers, blue check marked, verified celebrities, they have so much hold and sway and just power with their words. And I don't know what to think of it. Let's see if Drew's back. Probably not. Okay. So, and I wanted to talk about this because what is the thing that, where do our liberties end? Where do we draw the line of, okay, somebody's asking for help and this person is a prominent person in the conversation, in my purview, do I help? Like, let's say it's not Obama. Let's say it is a more sophisticated campaign. Something that you support, something that you truly believe in, and they crafted that message a little more, towards knowing the person, how they talk, how they interact with their audience, and they put out this perfectly crafted thing to mine your data, to grab your information. An intelligent actor, a person who is able to mimic and chameleon themselves as the said person that you actually pay attention to, that you listen to, will be able to just take all your information, take your bank account information, take your personal information. And at some point you got to think about where your values lie, where your focus is for what kind of attention you're bringing to that person. I know it's a deep subject because we all have people that we do pay attention to. And it's hard to say what. I don't know if Drew's coming back. It's hard to say what.
Yeah,
any of our. Oh, okay. Yeah. So Drew, I want to get your thoughts on this. The Twitter hack.
Yeah, it was glorious because the blue checks went down in flames, and it's great.
Now, but I brought up this point. What if it was somebody that you actually paid attention to? What if it was somebody that you actually look up to, that you
Dude, honestly,
like if Jack Posabek's Twitter got hacked, and then an actor, a chameleon of some sort, was able to mimic the way he talked and interacted with his audience to a point where it actually sounded convincing that he was supporting a certain dude, like when that cop that got shot. Remember, Jack Posabek set up an account to help that guy's family, David Dorn.
Yeah.
And you clicked on it to support his David Dorn's family.
Mm-hmm.
What if that was an actor? What if that was a chameleon who had taken over Jack Posabek's, Twitter account?
No, there's always that danger on Twitter. I mean, I get that, but the thing is like I said, for the most part though, like it was glorious because the idiot blue checks like Alyssa Milano and people like that, shut up for a day. So it was great. It was great. It was a great day. I mean, I've been bumping Ice Cube. Today was a good day, because it was. Sure. There's a lot of blue checks I follow, but you can tell, like, you kind of know certain people, and there's just certain things that can't be mimicked. Like for the fact, like all of a sudden, out of the blue, they're supporting cryptocurrency. Then yeah, that's a red flag. When most of them like actually believe in the gold standard and stuff like that. So I mean, you can kind of differentiate if you're a discerning reader and you have any sort of level of reading comprehension and ability to put things into context, even through text, you can kind of pick and choose and find when somebody is, you know, being a bad actor, and it's kind of easy to find out. I just find it funny that it mainly what got affected was like, people that were huge liberals.
Oh
Obama.
yeah, it was weird too because I saw Obama. I saw is Musk liberal?
Well, he was. I mean, it's weird with Elon.
He's black pill though. He's
Yeah,
freaking.
he's kind of gotten like black pilled, so he's essentially like just um
He's
you
probably
know
listening to Nick
stuck in the
Cannon being
middle.
like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Freaking.
He's essentially, I guess, like dead in the middle. Yeah, he's like black pilled, but um it's unfortunate because there's some shit, because I follow Elon. There's some shit that he tweets that I agree with, and some that he tweets that I don't. But I still think the guy is. I'm happy that he takes space seriously, and obviously,
Yeah.
I think the president believes in him. So I mean, um, I'm down with that. But what it's funny, like the shit happened to Obama and Biden. I didn't feel any sympathy at all for them. I was like, yes, thank God.
And this was, I think this was the reason Rian Johnson deleted his Twitter.
It might be. I mean, listen, I think I always thought Ryan Johnson was he was a fat piece of shit bag of wind that gaslit everybody. And John's like, hey, I'm driving by and saying hi. Nice to see you, John. Yeah, we're hard at work. No, but
Talking about the deep state and freaking Twitter being hacked.
exactly. Oh man, I'm waiting for the day John just tells me, hey Drew, go ham and post one of your conspiracy theories. That'll never happen, but that'd be funny. But yeah, the thing with that stuff, I was really happy that Ryan Johnson was gone because the guy was one of the leaders of bashing the fans, and he
Oh yeah.
he kind of set that whole thing. Now, if we could get Freddie Prinze Jr. to shut up, that would be great. And some of the other people in the other spheres to kind of shut up. I mean, I've lost so much respect for Patrick Stewart. After finding out that the only reason he wanted to do the Picard show was a chance to
Picard.
dispense his politics among the fandom and inject it into the franchise. I mean, I was just like, oh, dude, you've lost your way, old man. Because I mean, my goodness, the guy is just he's off his rocker. And yeah, it sucks. There were so many actors that I used to like that I lost respect for, that I refuse to follow their Twitters. And it's the same thing with like music. Like I mean, God, my tattoos and stuff. I'm a huge Slipknot fan, but I lost respect for them. Corey Taylor married this huge liberal chick, and all his shit now that he posts is just literally political shit posting. He's just spewing out all the typical radical leftist garbage, and it's like, dude, what the hell happened to you? And I lost respect for him. There's just so many celebrities that jumped on the stupid wagon, and yeah, it's like, man, you were once great. What the hell?
Yeah, so yeah, celebrity culture. I think it's gonna go away.
Oh well,
I think
nobody
at
takes.
some point the blue check marks are gonna go.
Yeah, nobody listens to takes the celebrities seriously. They're like their opinions are like garbage. Nobody takes that shit seriously. They laugh at it, you know. I mean, those of us that are like free thinkers and common sense type people, we laugh at that shit. You know, believe it or not, and I won't take it as liberal or conservative. I look at it more as like generally all of us. I call us common sensors. We're the common sense movement, and you know, common sensors laugh at these celebs because it's it's pretty like pathetic, like the shit that they uh, post on Twitter and pander about, like God. One of the worst ones that I hate too is like Patton Oswalt.
I do not follow Patton Oswald.
Oh
However,
God, he's terrible, dude.
I'm probably saving myself a headache, right?
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. He's terrible, man. That guy. He's another one. He's a fat gas bag. He's like Ryan Johnson.
Oh my gosh. Nia Long is calling out the Charlie's Angels casting along with Tandy Newton for ageism. Here we go.
Another
We
another one.
go.
Another one. Jesus Christ.
It's it's
Ageism now.
happening.
Ageism now. Wow.
Oh, and racism. Okay.
You know, I'm sorry. Because being faithful to the franchise again. Charlie's Angels featured, I don't know, white ladies that were pretty hot. There's nothing wrong with that. I like white ladies that are pretty hot. I think anybody likes white ladies that are pretty hot. Sorry, there's no racism there. I mean, Jesus. That's why I'll watch. I'll go back and watch the original Charlie's Angels.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
with Drew Barrymore.
no, the original, bro.
Oh,
The
the
old TV show.
original Charlie. Wait, no. Gosh.
Jacqueline
That was my-
Smith, man.
See, I don't watch it because it was
Farrah Fawcett. Oh, baby.
those ladies are like my mom's age. To be honest.
Thanks for making me feel like an old fuck. Ageism! Ageism!
Yeah. To each their own. Their own. You gotta whatever gets the ladder up the building is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
I'm just gonna say because I'm just gonna say because I like hot naked chicks. I'm promoting bonerism.
I got a tweet to send to you then.
Yeah, like Parrothead, he excels at like sending me like good material for bonerism.
All right. Well, I'll have to call it quits for today because I want to look into this Charlie's Angels thing. So, thanks for joining us, chat. Nano Reaper, Lopter, Demon King of Inferno, Bounding into Comics, John. Thanks for in, and we will have another one of these. Oh, and Parrot Head, Parrot Head. I'm probably gonna get some DMs from him later.
Of course we will. Because that's how Parrothead works.
And then Drew, thanks for joining me. Kind of spur of the moment, talk about the deep state Illuminati stuff. We'll probably talk about more of it as more shit happens online. I mean, it's happening more and more, and I think it's going to get just crazy for November.
You know, all all you can do is just you know, you got to try to somewhat keep your faith in humanity because there is actually good people out there. And the thing is you know, don't 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 believe the hardcore like leftists. They're trying to wear you down. They're trying to, you know, suppress you. They're trying to discourage you. They want you to feel like, you know, there is no hope in the world. That all we're headed for is a dystopian future, and it's a load of 100% bullshit. And so, you know, you guys know this. You guys know how to call it out. So just do it. It's all good. Don't worry about it because there is good stuff out there, and you know, bounding into comics, myself, Don, Jorge, John, you know, Phil, we're always gonna. Oh God, Parrot Head, you. Oh man, Parrot Head, damn. Um, the, the wow. Uh, yeah, there is good out there. We're fighting the battle on the front lines of the culture war, and we're not going to stop. We're gonna keep triggering these assholes, and we're gonna win because we all got resolve. We will win. Oh God damn, man, I want to marry this
What
chick.
the heck?
Yeah, I want to marry this chick. Hell yeah, I'm down.
I just got like 50 messages.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for joining me, and we're gonna have another one of these next week. Definitely.
Yeah. Nice,
All
Nano
right.
Reaper. I keep my faith in my Sig Sauer P250 9mm, baby.
Oh yeah, plug your thing for tonight, Drew.
What you got going on?
Yeah, so make sure you come by my channel later tonight, guys. Pegasus Actual Podcast. We are doing the third episode in the big Battlestar Pegasus arc, Resurrection Ship Part 2. So make sure that you come by and check that out in roughly T minus 6 hours. And we'll go from there. It's going to be a good time, and I'm excited about it. We'll probably have Nerd Cookies back, and I know Script Doctor will be there for sure, and Steven should be there tonight. So it'll be at least the four of us. If Bear shows up, it'll be us five. But either way, it's going to be a good time. So make sure you check that out. That'll be at 9 p.m. Eastern on my channel. So here you go.
All right, and as always, you can check out Bounding into Comics, our website. We got articles every day going out talking about all this shit going on. We got Nick Cannon stuff on there. We've got some Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on there. So check it out. Oh, hell.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah.
All right. Take care, guys.